We have some big Kelechi Iheanacho news to go over in today's video, as Celtic legend has spoke out about him. Not only that, we will also go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Chris Sutton couldn't resist a cheeky swipe after it emerged that Steven Gerrard had turned down Rangers for the second time in a year, pulling out of talks over a return to Ibrox. Gerrard had held positive and constructive discussions with Rangers officials over several days, even flying from Saudi Arabia to London for talks. But in the end, the former Liverpool captain decided the timing wasn't right for a return to management. Given his travel and level of engagement, many are puzzled as to why he entered talks only to walk away again, having previously rejected a summer approach before Russell Martin was appointed and later sacked. Reacting to the news in typically ruthless fashion, Chris Sutton simply tweeted, "He's assessed the squad." It's a clear jab at the state of the Rangers team, who sit 8th in the Scottish Premiership with just one win from their opening 7 games. With 5 draws and 1 defeat, it's a dire start to the season, and Gerrard's decision to walk away won't ease the unrest among the Ibrox fans. While some hope Gerrard, who won just 1 trophy out of a possible 9 in his first Rangers stint, might steady the ship, he answered the SOS call and hung up. The question now is, what other manager wears a navy suit and brown brogues? Now, for the main story, as Celtic legend Chris Sutton has issued a challenge to Kelechi Iheanacho, urging the striker to sharpen his movement as he continues to find his feet in Glasgow. The former Manchester City and Leicester striker was a late signing, arriving after the transfer window closed, as Celtic scrambled to address glaring holes left by the departures of Kyogo Furuhashi and Adam Ida, both of whom had starred in the previous campaign and gone unreplaced despite the Japanese forward leaving in January. Despite a turbulent backdrop, Iheanacho has already shown flashes of quality. He's found the net in Belgrade and calmly slotted home penalties against Kilmarnock and Motherwell, but Sutton wants more, especially in how the Nigerian leads the line. Kelechi Iheanacho is an interesting one too. You'd expect him to get stronger the more he builds match fitness. He's made a decent start with his goal in Belgrade and the penalties against Kilmarnock and Motherwell. You can see he's a finisher, and his link-up play is good. I think he could offer more in terms of his movement, though. Okay, he's just come in, and he hadn't played a lot of football in recent months. He's arrived on the back of a disappointing year or so at Sevilla and Middlesbrough. The good thing about him is he seems to have bought into the club. It could be that this is the kind of move he needed to light a fire under him again, because we all know he's got the talent. I'd just like to see a bit more in terms of mobility, getting into the box and getting across his man. Iheanacho will likely be Celtic's main number 9 for the foreseeable future, with Brendan Rodgers relying on him to carry the load in domestic and European action. Johnny Kenny seems to be the man behind him in the pecking order, and even he is struggling for minutes. We saw against Motherwell that Dyson Maeda plays better off the left, so hopefully Brendan Rodgers sticks with that. As Iheanacho builds fitness and chemistry, all eyes will be on whether he can reach the heights expected of a Celtic striker. In other news, Celtic have been dealt a potential blow as Dyson Maeda has officially withdrawn from Japan's squad due to injury. The forward missed the Samurai Blues 2-2 draw with Paraguay in the Kirin Cup and was initially expected to return for the clash against Brazil. However, the Japanese Football Association, JFA, has now confirmed that Maeda will not feature at all, citing injury as the reason for his early departure. Maeda has been training alone during the camp, and although the injury isn't believed to be major, he will now return to Glasgow for further assessment by Celtic's medical team. This will be a concern for manager Brendan Rodgers, with Celtic already light on options in the final third. With Kelechi Iheanacho still building fitness, no natural right winger in the squad, and Adam Ida not replaced after his summer departure, Maeda's absence would be a major blow, especially ahead of a demanding schedule post-break that includes trips to Dundee and Hearts and a European tie against Sturm Graz. Celtic will be hoping the injury is minor and Maeda can recover in time to feature soon. The Celts will have Alistair Johnston back in training, though. The right back has been out since the first leg of the Kairat Almaty tie. Jarmai Simpson-Pusey has finally made his Celtic debut, but not for the first team. The Manchester City loanee featured for Celtic B on Friday night as he continues to build up match sharpness. The highly rated centre-back joined the Celts on a season-long loan from City in August, arriving with a glowing reputation after being crowned Premier League 2 Player of the Year. Expectations were that he would push Liam Scales for minutes in Brendan Rodgers' first team. However, Simpson Pusey has yet to feature in a senior match and is instead getting minutes with the B team, who faced East Fife in the Challenge Cup. The 21-year-old played the full 90 minutes as the young Celts were beaten 5-3, a match that also saw Callum Osmond, another summer signing, start up front. Despite the slow start to life in Glasgow, Celtic News understands that Manchester City are not planning to recall Simpson Pusey in January, though his situation will be reassessed over the Christmas period. For now, it seems the focus is on building fitness and adapting to the new environment. Celtic fans will be hoping he can kick on and offer depth in the heart of defence, especially as the fixture list intensifies after the international break. In other news, 2 former Celtic midfielders turned managers went head-to-head in the dugout on Saturday, and it was Scott Brown who emerged victorious as Ayr United defeated Wraith Rovers 2-0 at Starks Park. Brown's side moved above Wraith into 4th place, leapfrogging Barry Robson's team. Ayr now sit just 1 point behind Arbroath, who occupy 3rd, and they still have a game in hand. It was a satisfying win for Brown, who is starting to put his stamp on his Ayr side. The clean sheet and away performance only added to the feel-good factor, and getting one over on a former teammate made it sweeter. Brown and Robson were Celtic teammates from January 2008 to the summer of 2010, playing under Gordon Strachan during a successful period for the club. The duo helped the Celts win the 2007 to 2008 Scottish Premier League title and also featured together in Champions League campaigns. Their fiery playing styles complemented each other in midfield, and they briefly overlapped on the international stage for Scotland as well, though Robson's national team career was comparatively shorter. Now, on opposite sides of the touchline, both are trying to carve out success in management, though Robson has had a little more experience than Bruni. Lastly, just 7 games into his tenure, Ange Postecoglou's future at Nottingham Forest is hanging by a thread. The former Celtic boss is yet to win a match, and with Forest languishing in 17th place in the Premier League, pressure is mounting from all directions. According to The Telegraph, Evangelos Marinakis, the club's owner, is already preparing for life after Ange, with Sean Dyche reportedly identified as the leading candidate to take over. Despite only joining in September after the sacking of Nuno Espirito Santo, Postecoglou is facing the very real prospect of being the second managerial casualty of the season at the City ground. Forest have picked up just 5 points from 7 games, and with a crunch clash against Chelsea at home next Saturday, Postecoglou's fate could be sealed if results and performances don't improve.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.